I'm watching you. Private eye.
Hello and welcome to You're a Podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today, we are talking all about Mars versus Mars, which, in my opinion, starts just a nonstop ride of amazing episodes. Like, it's just all the way through the end of season 1 from this point is pretty one of the best, like, series of episodes of TV, I feel. Like, it's just, I don't know. I love every episode from this point forward.
I think there's like one shit episode that comes up. I think Hot Dogs is not a very good
Hot Dogs
episode.
is such a good episode.
But anyway, this episode.
No, but also this is kind of the reason I was very much against like grading episodes, because like it's just 10 A. It's a lot.
This episode, I really like it, but I also have one major problem with it, and it kind of sets up a really bad trend that we see for the rest of the series. And we'll talk about it when we get there, because I don't want to start the episode with this huge negative cloud, because I know Joe will disagree, but I have a big problem, and it's also a problem that never goes away.
Okay.
So tell us about this episode, Joe.
I'm excited to hear about what this is. I wasn't expecting for too much of a fight, but this will be good. So, iTunes tells us, after one of Neptune High's hoitier students brings a sexual harassment suit against a favorite teacher, Veronica is pitted against her father when the girl's parents hire Keith to help in their case. Meanwhile, with the tabloids claiming his mom is still alive, Logan turns to Veronica to help track down the truth. Later, Veronica discovers more unsettling information about Duncan's hidden medical condition. Ooh. Mystery.
That pretty much sums up the episode.
Yeah, it is, right?
That's
But
good.
they usually put, like, guest starring whoever. And
Did they
I'm
not
surprised
put
they
Leighton
didn't.
Meester?
No, they didn't. Nor
Well, they also didn't put
did they
Jessica
put Adam Scott.
Chastain.
That's true. I guess
Oh,
they had
Adam
to be.
Scott, yeah.
Leighton Meester probably would have been the best one to put on here, because at the no, Gossip Girl wasn't out yet. Never mind.
Well, Gossip Girl came out a year later.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they were just pulling from, like, whatever TV Guide had.
Well, how new are
they're not
well,
going to guest star Adam Scott.
How new
Leighton
are these
Meester.
descriptions? Like, how? Because I don't who are these iTunes specific descriptions? Because I don't think iTunes was around in 2004, so these must have been made later.
I'm figuring they pulled from, like, a TV Guide or something. And,
Oh, I just assumed they made their own.
I mean, maybe, but this kind of, I don't see why they wouldn't put Adam Scott and Leighton Meester in it. If so,
I don't know. So let's talk about Leighton Meester.
are we going to start off with that storyline?
Yeah, because this is the far more interesting story. Oh, I mean,
It's my favorite storyline of the episode, obviously.
so the opening scene, I had a teacher in grade 10 or 11, and she would do stuff like this where we have like quizzes and competitions against each other. Mm-hmm. So I always appreciate that Mr. Rook was a teacher like that, because I always enjoy teachers who are more hands-on and made learning more fun.
Yeah, he was very hands-on with his students.
Wow.
Probably a little too much. And that is the issue with him. And takes us into the issue of the episode.
Well,
where, okay, so wait.
Go on,
First of all,
continue.
You probably shouldn't say "sock it
Sock
to me,
it to
baby."
me, baby. Fuck, that's in my notes.
It's a great line, but it really is inappropriate.
That's so
to say to your
inappropriate. It's so fucking inappropriate.
Suck it to me, baby!
I'm like, if he would have said it to anybody, it's inappropriate. But then, like, of course, Carrie's just like fucking not into that.
Right?
Fuck. Every time I watch it, I'm like, of course you have sex with students. Like, there's no surprise reveal at the end. I'm like, of course you're fucking your students.
Right, like right out the gate, we should have known. Like, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
100% was him.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't he say that to Wallace? Why did he have to say it to Carrie? Still would have been inappropriate if it was Wallace, but...
I mean, it would have been more like ironic, I guess, if he would have said it to Wallace.
No homo, bro, but suck it to me, baby. So then, Veronica decides that she's going to help out Mr. Rooks.
Well, before I
because-
just want to say, I love the last couple episodes have been doing this really well, where it's like great cuts to the opening credits, like that look on Veronica's face, where it's just like everyone in the class is just like, say what? And then it just
did you
like hard cuts to the opening credits. They're really smart with that. Veronica Mars is one of the few shows that really knows how to like end a teaser and make you want to come back.
This episode also has a lot of really good transitions between the scenes. I mean, I'll talk about when we get to each scene, but they have quite a bit of those where they intersect the storylines without them even having anything to do with each other.
Yeah.
But the way it flows between the scenes is just awesome.
And they all have, each act break is a really good act break.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on with Veronica.
So Veronica offers Mr. Rooks her services to help because she believes him and not so much Carrie. Which in 2019, I don't know if I mean, it's not like it's such a great episode with like Veronica
So this is kind of brings up my big issue with the series and Veronica in general. And one thing I really hate about the show is Veronica has a really toxic relationship with women. She almost always goes to the male's side. She almost always takes the male's word over the female. The few times she doesn't is like Mac, but she gets stuff out of Mac and Meg. And that's like the one exception. And then even like halfway through the series or season, she's horrible to Meg for dating Duncan, even though she is the one that okayed it. So this episode is really painful for me to watch because she's so fucking awful to Carrie. And like, yeah, Carrie was not the nicest person to her, but fucking she didn't even try to see from Carrie's side. She didn't even try to like, she automatically will know she's wrong. And she does the same with a lot of female characters that come onto the show. And she does it to Madison pretty much forever. She does it for Parker for a while. And it's just really bad. And I find it so weird no one talks about it or cares about it. But Veronica's a shitty person when it comes to other women. And I don't understand why people see Veronica as like a feminist character. And maybe that's because her mom's awful or blah, 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 blah. But it's...
You're gonna just like blah, blah, blah out the actual reasoning as to why she is... So, no, that's valid, except for I wouldn't put that in this episode to be the one to say that, because I believe...
I think it's the start of it. I think this is what kind of... the first real instance we see of it, where it's very problematic. Because even when she finds out the truth, she never apologizes to Carrie.
Yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't. She gives her like a smile and like a nod, and then like
No, before that, it's like a 2-second scene, and it's right before Weevil comes up to her with the kid.
I guess.
And
but
Carrie's just like, a lot of good that does me now. Like it.
She pretty much just says like, you're right. Like, I don't know. I think Veronica don't understand from a female perspective. I don't understand the appeal of these. What?
From a female perspective
No,
of
okay.
yours?
No. Okay, listen. Okay. I don't understand
The appeal of a female character for
I don't know.
viewership that doesn't like other female characters.
Yes. I don't understand it. Because even her friendship with Mac is very one-sided. She gets stuff from Mac. Because Mac is pretty much a means to an end for her.
It's kind of teeter-totter. goes, well, I don't want to say it goes back and forth, but like there are moments where it feels a bit more, but then it kind of gets reined back into I need something.
Yeah.
Like ultimately she needs something.
Well, at the end of the day, I think what I take away from Veronica is she's in it for herself. She doesn't give a shit about anyone else. As long as she gets what she wants in the end, it's a happy story for her. So I don't know. I'm very frustrated with Veronica as a character, and this episode always brings that up to me.
Okay.
It's a good episode, but I
get it's a valid complaint for the series where, I mean, we've talked about it before where it's Veronica doesn't have much in terms of female bonding. Like, she doesn't have another character that isn't male to, like, reciprocate feelings with, in a way. Like, she doesn't... And there's been plenty of times where it felt like we were going to get that or something, but then just it kind of shifts back to just being about Veronica, which, cool, but we also get, like, a bunch of actual male friends for her. Yeah. So, like, I would be fine with her just being, like, her solo self, because that's very Veronica. But, yeah. I just don't think this is the episode to prove that, not prove that point, but to, I could see where you could say it's like the start of it, but this isn't the one where I get the issue of it just because of the complexity of it, I guess.
Okay,
like,
whatever. Carrie was a bitch to her, like,
not even,
whatever. But nothing Carrie said wasn't true. Duncan is psychotic.
Oh So is that when we get that flashback, is that when we're thinking Duncan found out that Veronica's probably his sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But how come Veronica didn't remember that? That was kind of a big red flag.
What do you mean? Like remember hearing about that?
Yeah. Unless she just thought it was Carrie was just being a gossip.
Yeah.
I just love that they keep calling her the Gossip Queen, and then she goes on to being Gossip Girl. It's so stupid, but I get such a little kick out of it.
It's great. Oh, one of my like favorite scenes of the episode is right after Veronica tells Mr. Rooks she's gonna help him, and then it's them at like lunchtime, and it's the girls singing "Don't Stand So Close to Me."
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Temptation, frustration, so bad it makes him cry. Her bus stop, she's waiting. His car is warm and dry.
In my head, and in my canon forever, that was Madison singing, not some random chick. It was Madison.
Oh my god, yes. It definitely would have been Madison.
It is Madison. I don't care what anyone else says. It was just a scheduling issue. There are scheduling issues. No, she was there. She's in the episode. She was there.
Ooh,
they don't list it on IMDb. So she's uncredited, but that was her.
Just add this to our list of Lucasfilm edits.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to digitally alter Madison Sinclair into this scene? Just this one, it's fine.
And when I was watching this episode, I'm like, we cannot talk about Madison again in the episode she's not in.
Okay, this is why I was telling you, we need a segment that's like, what's Madison up to? Where we just have a couple minutes where we just talk about Madison, and then we won't talk about her throughout the whole episode.
Well, because I also think this would have been a great episode for Meg, because Meg would have totally been on Carrie's side.
Oh, that would have been good to see.
And it would have been kind of like, if Meg was there, it'd kind of be like, hey, Veronica, maybe see every side of the story. Yeah, Carrie is a bitch, but sexual assault's not something we joke about.
Right.
Well, maybe in 2015 it is, but...
2004? 5?
Oh, 2005. I mean, even in 2015, we were joking about it.
People are still horrible. Yeah. I think it would have been... there's so many times I wish the episodes were like 60 minutes. Like, not the 40 minutes and 20 minutes of commercials. Like, Because I think also timing had a lot to do with why you can't have these other characters
Well, it's
in
also
here. You only have 40 minutes.
the last couple I almost wish the Logan stuff wasn't in this episode and was kind of saved for like the next episode or the previous episode. Because for an episode called Mars versus Mars, we actually get very little of Keith and Veronica against each other. I wish we had more time with like Keith and like Carrie's parents and him doing some research into Mr. Rook. Kind of like how, what episode was it? When Veronica and Keith were looking up stuff on Troy and the counselor.
Oh, God, yeah.
I was
Becky?
hoping... yeah.
I can't remember her last name, but right now all I can
James.
remember is Logan saying, "Hey, Becky."
Becky James.
Becky James.
Because I think this episode kind of promises something that it doesn't really deliver on. Because we see them butt heads, but it's more just Veronica being like stubborn.
Because we're promised spy versus spy stuff, and we get like a moment of that, but it would have been great to see a couple moments. Like, give me like some Home Alone shit, or like just like the spy versus spy things. Like,
yeah.
So I guess that's a good part to go into where Keith tells her that he's taking on the case for...
He's so excited too. He's like, "Oh, you know him?"
Yeah,
Excellent.
he's like, oh, you're in his class? Oh, great. So I'm going to need you to get some information. And I got to hand it to Keith. Like, he handles this very well. Like, he knows Veronica's in the wrong. He knows... Like, I think that's also how we're able to do... Like, that's how you would be able to do this episode in 2019. Like, the fact that everyone else is pretty much pro-Carrie that Veronica encounters, except for Veronica herself. And she learns the lesson at the end, like, wow, I need to not be so much up my own ass. And
well, she holds a grudge. That's her biggest problem. Like, Veronica's not the nicest person, so I don't understand why when people slight her, she's so offended, but she slights everybody.
No, without missing a beat.
No. Well, that's okay. That's what I wrote in my notes about Carrie, is she's a great foil for Veronica, because she was, like, sparring with her, like, on and on. Like, she didn't fall back. Like, I've said Madison is Veronica's Joker. Carrie Bishop is her Two-Face, and I stand by that. Like, they're on opposite sides, but they will come together. But they definitely have, like, this... They can go on and on. It's great. Like, they're back and forth, because Leighton Meester has a similar energy to Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Where it's just, like, they could just go... I could just watch an entire episode of them just fucking, like, sparring. Like, quips. I would love it.
Yes. Well, and then, like, Carrie calling her naive, you know that, dug at Veronica, because she's anything but naive. Yet,
but she
in this
also
moment...
is super naive.
Yeah, in this moment, she is blinded by... Because Veronica has, like, major trust issues. So, for anyone to come in and, like, poke and prod at those that she does trust, it sends her, like... tail spinning, and she's gonna grasp at what reality comforts her the most, because like there's this teacher in this hellscape of a place she has to teach at that's like one of the few pieces of comfort she can get there, and then this person who has made her existence hell comes in and is like, yeah, well, actually the dude's a fucking skis and like a rapist, so maybe not. And it's a good world of gray to see, and a fun way to just look at Veronica's character, I guess.
I also think the teachers probably hate her because she's probably awful. We've seen her be nothing but awful.
There's
all
the quote. Teachers. There's the quote where she's talking to Mr. Rooks.
Maybe I should give more credence to the teachers' lounge gossip. Colleagues said you were unique, gifted, unsettling.
I was hoping for delightful, but what can you do?
Like, all the teachers are very much scared of Veronica, and I guess, I don't know, how new is he then? Like, Because if he's like one of the teachers that's been around since Lily's death or whatever, she didn't start getting into like the whole PI stuff until after Lily's death. So it's not like she would have been a thorn in their side.
I feel like he started this year.
Do you think... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, my God. I just was going to say, do you think this would have been a Ms. Dent episode? But I don't
Yes.
think...
Yes, I do.
I don't think... Actually, I mean, I don't want it to be Miss Dent. Like, maybe someone else. Like, Miss Fuller, sure. Has, like, an affair with the male student, and we go that aspect of it, where Veronica sides with the teacher. Like, no way this could have happened. But, I mean, that would have been a fun flip on
the
that,
cop's
too.
just like, nice.
Right? Yeah, because there's, like, so many times where, like...
Lamb just, like...
A kid gets molested by a teacher, and it's like, oh, it's cool. She was hot. He totally got it. He loved it. Like, that's gonna fuck with him later in life. Wallace has a little... Doesn't have much in this episode.
Wallace has, like, a glorified cameo in this episode.
Well, I just love where, like, they're playing more with the, hey, can you do me a favor and get me this file? And then Veronica's just like, do you remember when you were, like, just new and eager to please? Good times.
Those days.
Good times. Like, come on, buddy.
And I do like the exchange. He's like, if you're caught with these, you don't know me. I have a cyanide capsule in my false tooth. I know what to do.
It's a good... Oh! Duncan. Do you want... Where do you want to talk about Duncan?
We
like,
can talk
as its
about
own
Duncan.
separate?
He's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because...
So I find it really odd that, like, I would also be weirded out if I was Duncan and Veronica asked me for a doctor recommendation. Because we're not friends.
We're also teenagers. Like...
We're also teenagers, yeah.
I think, like, I've asked people for, like, hey, what's your dentist? Like, do you like them?
Yeah.
Like that, but never, I don't think I've ever asked, like, well, I've had one doctor's office for the past, like, 12 years, so, I mean, but it's still very, very weird for a teenager to ask another teenager, where do you go to the doctor?
Also, because they're not friends. It'd be different if she asked
well,
Wallace.
but they have history. It's
but
not
they're
like
also in such
she's
a weird
never
spot
met.
right now.
Yeah, it's weird. And he reacts in the same way. Like,
yeah.
I love when she's like, he's expensive. And she's like, oh, we have insurance. And the face he gives her is just like, okay.
Also, how does Duncan know how expensive this doctor is? Duncan's not paying these bills.
No, and he's rich enough to where he's not even, like, he hasn't seen a medical bill from them. And, yeah, no. But I'm wondering if, like, little does Duncan know, Veronica just won, like, 10 grand in a Staples gift card, so she actually has all this extra money to spend towards a doctor's visit, so he could just mind his business.
Well, to be fair, he was the right to, like, be curious, because she stole his fucking file.
No HIPAA law is too firm for Veronica to break.
But I quite enjoyed how she got it. Like,
that was one of my favorite
I don't understand why she
things.
locked the bathroom door, because it just made it look more suspicious.
Right, but as I was, like, watching it again, because I rewatched that part for some reason, I think it was more, she didn't expect the receptionist to check the bathroom.
Well, of course, the reception.
So, like...
Okay, because Veronica's never worked in customer service. You always check the bathroom, because you never know what bum is in there at the end of the night. So, of course, you're fucking checking the washroom. Like, that's the one thing I do. Like, I check to make sure the door's locked.
Oh, yeah.
And then I check the bathrooms to make sure no one's in there, and to make sure they're cleaned properly.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be like, you can't close the store or at any office and not check the washrooms.
Yeah, even when I worked at a dental office for like a little while, and when we would close out the night, we checked the bathrooms, and
because just maybe that's just like the inner I work customer service in me. Because when I worked at Dairy Queen in high school, we found a bum in there who was like passed out. So like now I always check the bathroom because you just never know.
You never ever know what you're gonna find. but also, like, I'm of similar stature, I guess, to Veronica. So I would have went under the cupboard out the gate and just waited for them to leave. Like, I wouldn't have even chanced it. But I guess it also gives her know when they're coming. Like, otherwise, I don't know. It like, she knows, oh, someone's at the door. But I think it was more just to see, like, Veronica coming out the cupboard. Like, is that, oh no, what happened to Veronica? Which I think works. I really loved that whole thing. Like, she was in for the long con with this one. Like,
yeah.
She put in the time.
No, and I enjoy it. But Keith is like, why do we have this huge medical bill, Veronica?
She used one of her fake IDs. She didn't use who she really was. She's Lily Kane. She got billed
through the canes. Oh, I thought you were dead. Nope.
Well, you're looking good. Take some Benadryl, clear up those allergies. And okay, the doctor was in there for all of 2.5 seconds. Like, he comes in, you got allergies.
American
okay,
medicine
bye.
for you. I don't know.
No, because what would really happen is the doctor would come in, ask you something, walk out, make you wait 45 minutes, come back, and then tell you that. See, she didn't have that 45-minute wait period there.
I enjoyed the Veronica Duncan banter later on in the episode at the newspaper that they're still trying to, like, push on us.
Oh, push the newspaper on us.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about their banter. I'm like,
no.
Ooh, Veronica was super smooth with moving those, like, files on top of his medical records that she just has laying out there.
Why would you have the file there? Where you know Duncan is the editor of the fucking newspaper you work on. But, like, put it in a different folder then, because that one clearly says D. Kane on it. Like... Also, she photocopied it, so she didn't need to put it in a thing that said Duncan Kane on it. It's not like she stole it. She just photocopied it. She could have made her own file that said, like...
Keith Mars.
Anything
Cliff
on
McCormick.
It. Like...
Madison Sinclair.
Because I know Duncan's, like, not the brightest bulb. I feel like he would have been like, hey, is that my name?
He's definitely presidential material. Like...
Is that saying much? Well, he is the president of the school, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. President of the entire school. Sorry, Clemens.
But I like the banter. And he's like, and when she's asking who won, like, the speech competition.
Oh, and he's just like, okay, sure.
Like, I'm just going to walk away from this, Veronica.
Sweet knees, right.
So I guess we should get back to the Carrie stuff.
Yes.
The hearing.
Well,
Veronica pissed me off so much.
Can we not, like, skip that far ahead?
But we've already kind of, like, jumped to, like, the end of the episode.
But I'm talking in terms of her story.
Okay, what else is there for her story?
Oh, don't get bitchy, sir. I don't know. I took myself out of here. Oh, I know what I wanted to say about the whole Rook's Carrie storyline. So when Veronica goes and visits him, he uses the word gregarious.
He's such a pretentious... Like, he deserves to be, like, punched in the face.
I love using big words, but gregarious is just super ostentatious, and he should be strung up for that. Just saying. Like, gregarious is just such a... it's such a dweeb word. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm such a jock, guys. I mean...
He really is.
He's nerds.
Like, crush that... I'm not going to say crush that pussy. I didn't really understand the point of him having the daughter. I guess it's supposed to make you feel for him and, like, pull at Veronica's, like, heartstrings.
Or, like, oh, he would never do this. He has a daughter. Like,
he has a kid.
All those people who like to sympathize with these women who are raped, but, like, as a father, as a husband. Like, no, as a fucking person, regardless of what child you have, this is gross. Like, I think it was more that to throw you off the scent.
I guess.
Or just, you know, he had a kid. Which I hope his wife ends up with full custody after this.
Okay, so my big question is, so Keith says that he was kicked out of
the other school. Yeah.
And the file was locked or sealed. And then he tells Veronica, like, his version. What do you believe? Why do you think he was kicked out of the other school? Do you think he was sleeping with students?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
then how do you get hired at Neptune High? It's usually usually you don't get hired as a teacher if you have a criminal record.
Well, what probably happened is it was didn't he say it was like I don't know if it was Catholic or private? Was it just a private school?
It was I think it was a private school.
So, like, with those, they're not going to want the attention of that, so they're going to seal the case, they're going to settle out of court, and not have anything on his file and just kind of push it. It's like what happened
That's
with,
gross.
like, the priests
That's gross.
and stuff. Oh, yeah, it's what happens with, like, Catholic priests going between, like, different schools and stuff like that, where they won't put it on their file, so they just move the problem to another school, and that's more than likely what happened.
Okay.
Here. Good detail, actually, though, on
because that was kind
their
of bugging
behalf.
me. I'm like, well, then how do you get hired if he was accused
Touching on
of
some
this
kids?
stuff?
Yeah, he's such it's so gross. I hate it because this is also, like, I fell in love with Adam Scott in this, and I hate that I did, but, like...
Are you his sweet
Here we
niece?
are.
Yeah.
Here we are, of course. Like, his first role. I have seen him in. He has to be just... Ugh.
So we can talk about the
there's-
trial now?
No.
Sorry.
Because there's some good Keith Veronica stuff along the way.
There is. Not enough, but there is good stuff.
Like, the whole spy versus spy moment that they have. Like, that is the greatest moment in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. I don't know where to begin with it. Like, it's... Are you patronizing me? Well, I am your patron. Like, that right there.
Are you patronizing me?
To be fair, I am your patron.
I love her voiceover when she's like, he'd be so proud of me that I've learned so much.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, she's like, I guess there's a lesson in here somewhere, too. And, like, this is too early to make Arrested Development jokes, but all I could think of was like, oh, Veronica, did you blow,
I blew myself.
You blew yourself?
I'm afraid I just blew myself.
But this is like a couple of years too early for Arrested Development.
Is it? I thought Arrested Development was 2004.
I thought it was 2006 for some reason.
Well, while you look that up, the fact that Veronica brought up...
2003. Oh, never mind. They could.
So maybe it was a little Arrested Development Easter egg. That'd be cute. But I think it looked more like when you steal, like...
yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Like the ink packets.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. That thing.
I just feel like, I wonder how many how many takes they had to do. Like, sorry, Kristen, we didn't get it. Can we do it again?
Someone's just, like, crouched down, like, below her, ready to, like, blow this, like, blue dye in her face. So, it was really shitty of Veronica to bring up Jake Kane in the moment to try to get the dates and times from Keith. Like, he handled that really well, because I would have been like, just fucking leave. Just go. Like, now you get nothing. Like, I don't know what he thought this was going to accomplish.
Yeah. Veronica goes for the low hits.
Yeah, she got what she wanted.
Because Veronica's a great character.
Okay, we can get to your trial.
The hearing.
Go to your hearing trial.
I don't know why I like this scene so much.
Well, but the weird part for me is, like, I know Veronica's probably taking pictures for the newspaper. I'm guessing,
but I also
but it
feel
was
like
really weird. It was.
I feel like
weird.
maybe you shouldn't be taking photos for the newspaper of like this sexual assault hearing.
It's like it's like super quiet with the occasional someone talking like shink shink click 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 click. Like, if I was there, I would just look over. I'm like, what the fuck? Can you not put that on like a quiet shutter?
I feel like those should be like private.
Do you need this big of a camera right now? Does it need to be
Also, it's
that
like-
good of a photo?
I need high def of like Carrie Bishop crying in court. Like,
Yeah, that would have been front page.
like, also, what is Duncan like? Hey, Veronica, can you go like just get some? We're doing an article about how Mr. Rooks sexually assaulted Carrie Bishop. We just need a good like front photo, please.
I think so, because when Veronica confronts Carrie at one point, she's like, well, from where I'm standing, he's a rock star, or whatever she says, and I'm the one getting all the shit. And it's true, so probably there was something like that. Mr. Rooks falsely accused. Like, I would not be surprised.
That's true. And the whole like taking Clemen's phone.
That was so convoluted.
I know. It was so very 2005.
Yes.
Like nowadays, it'd be like, no.
Like, I was thinking, I was like, why? And then I had to remember, like, okay, 2005, like, cell phones were a different thing. Like,
well, I love when
it was less attached to you at all times.
Well, when Veronica gives Rooks his phone back and is here, like I set you up with like password protection. I'm like, what are you talking about? Every phone has password protection.
Right, it asks you when you set it up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe I guess flip phones. I don't recall ever having a password.
No, you just. I mean, you had to go in and like find it to set it up. And I never used it because I was like, no, I'm just like calling people. Like, why would I want to lock my phone to call people? That just seems like another step in between me and being able to use my phone. Because it wasn't like, oh, put your fingerprint here or look directly into the phone.
I just got a new phone, the new iPhone, and I hate the face thing.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, it works when I'm wearing sunglasses and a hat, which like worries
me too.
me.
Yes.
But also,
thank you.
then when I'm just not, sometimes it won't pick it up. I'm like
it'll get that. But if I yawn while I'm looking at it,
yes.
Nope.
Or first thing in the morning, if it's not bright enough in my room, it won't pick it up. I'm like,
who the fuck are you?
Oh my god.
Like, what do you? But here I am looking like Captain America under sea, and it's just like,
I know.
Yeah, that's you, Joe. I got it. Okay.
I just miss the thumbprints. I love the thumbprints.
I do too. Yeah.
But whatever.
I miss the button altogether.
First world problems. Oh, the headphone jack. Don't get me fucking started. Because I bought the little
dongle
thing. But I know it's gonna break because that's all I've read on the reviews is they break.
Mine hasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't use it too often.
Like I either have
AirPods.
I'm not gonna buy AirPods because I love the headphones I have because they're noise canceling and they fucking.
Well, when you're on like a train or bus or
when
anything.
I'm on the because the other day I used the headphones that came with the phone and all I could hear was everything around me. I'm like, nope.
See, that's what I like about the AirPods is I'm not like, I can hear what I need to hear, but also I can hear enough of the outside to where I'm not like closed off from it, so I'm still alert. I can't not be alert.
Train for an hour, I want to be closed off.
See, and that makes, if I was sitting in one spot but like when I'm walking or anything like that or at work, I like to be able to, and it's that way I don't have to like keep one in and out. I can have both in and still I can like have a conversation with someone while I'm listening to music.
Okay. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, iTunes. If you want to sponsor us.
I know, right? We are using your episode descriptions.
Right? Like, come on. You're welcome. Do you still have more to talk about with the trial?
I enjoyed when Veronica sent those texts, but I also felt it was super convoluted.
Yeah. For 2019, yeah, definitely. Because I don't know how they would have made that work outside of in 2005. Like,
I know, because nowadays you can just send fake text online.
Right,
anything.
Right. So like it was a big workaround, but it was like a workaround. It was the only thing they really could have.
It worked.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
What I love with the scene the most is, ugly enough, Adam Scott, because like just his acting in it. Because like from Mr. Rook's point of view, like he didn't touch Carrie, like he didn't do anything to Carrie.
He says that like the first thing he's like, I never touched that girl. And he's right.
Yeah,
he never did touch that girl.
However, he knows everything that she is saying he has done to Susan Knight, and that's just gotta fuck with his headspace. And Adam Scott plays that really well because every time they like pan over to him, he's like, wait, what? He like is like trying to like make things work in his head. And that's some really good fucking I just loved it. Like, but that's a good instance of like writing and acting coming together and just making It's like some really fucking interesting, like, I don't know. It's all I could think about when I was watching that scene. Like, I just kept going back to him and his expressions on it. And then, of course, Veronica gets Mr. Rook's the win on the case. But Clemens very much did not want to give Veronica his phone. He's like, I guess. I would have told her, like, no, go find one of the phones. Like,
go get a payphone. It's 2005. Payphones still exist.
Or, like, the school phone. There has to be a phone in there somewhere. Like,
they're not at the school.
Well, no, but at the school board. Like, there's got to be something in that room.
There's got to be something, yeah.
Either way, I mean, it still worked, though. But another cute Keith Veronica moment, like, before this, is when he's making her the pity dinner.
I know your secret. Double the cheese. Did you make salad?
Okay, so this is what happens when you let your kids eat ice cream for dinner, is they feel that salad is a special food and vegetables are a special treat.
Oh.
I'm just saying, that's some good continuity. That's some great continuity. So then Veronica brings over the phone to Mr. Rook's house.
I hate this scene so much. It's so cringy.
It's harsh. Like,
because you see the photos of his daughter, and then it pans to the fucking black satin sheets.
And you could just see Veronica like, oh, fuck.
And then the Rolling Stones play. She's like, is that Mick Jagger?
But the best part of this scene is where Veronica first walks in. It's looking at his decor. It says, nice.
Nice. You must have a gay friend.
Oh my god. That, like, so I don't really care about that kind of stuff.
No, that was the funniest fucking thing.
For some reason, it really bugged me because it's so, like,
really?
A straight guy writing in 2005. So, like,
do you not know who wrote this episode?
No, I don't know who wrote this episode.
Diane Ruggiero wrote this episode.
Well, the teleplay is by Jed Siddell.
Oh, and her. They both, yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it was fucking... It was very Queer Eye for the straight guy, like, of them. Like, it was a Queer Eye joke. I
get it. Was just... I felt so, like, out of place for some reason. It felt like I don't know. It always strikes me as such a weird line. Maybe it's Kristen's delivery. I don't know what it is.
I don't think I laughed at it back then, but, like, looking back at it now, it's just, like... It's funny in a... I don't know, not ironic way. Like, it's just... Like, this was a 2005 thing. Like,
well, I will say...
This was fucking hilarious.
There's a lot of, like, gay jokes in this episode, because she also, like, fucking talks about how Weevil won the trophy for a rim job, which we're
going to get to that in the quote
super
section.
appreciated.
We're going to get to that in the quote section.
Trust me, it's one of my favorites, too.
That might be both of our favorite quotes from the episode, but, yeah. I'm saving all that for also the Logan stuff.
Yeah, so then Veronica visits Susan Knight. Can we also talk about... I didn't realize until I went onto IMDb to look. Carrie, Susan, and Mr. Rooks all have chess piece names. Carrie Bishop, Susan Knight, Mr. Rook. They're all chess pieces.
Holy fuck.
And it's Mars versus Mars. So it's like they're playing a game. It's weird.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so we need to ask Diane if we ever get a chance to.
Oh my god, I love that.
Because it's such a weird... It's a choice. It's definitely
because
not
all
a
the characters were introduced in this episode.
This episode, yeah.
Oh, dude.
They're all chess pieces.
I fucking love that. I
love
that. See, I love this episode already as it is, and like, I love that.
It's also funny how... Not big of a role, but how important Susan Knight and Carrie Bishop are in the movie.
And that was also co-written by Diane Ruggiero.
Yeah, even though it's not Carrie Bishop, because it's some fake-ass folk Carrie Bishop.
Damn it, Leighton Meester! If the fans could have just paid a bit more, we could have gotten there.
I also feel so bad for Susan Knight. So she has sex with her teacher, gets pregnant, gets disowned by her family, and then she dies within a couple years, because she dies, it's like right after graduation she dies, doesn't she?
No, maybe college graduation.
It's still within like 4 or 5 years.
It was like 4 or 5, like 6, yeah. about 6 years. But still, that's still a short life. Like, it's not like... So, where's her kid?
I just feel bad for Susan Knight.
I know, no, I get that. On. Does she give up her kid? Does she keep it?
We never see Susan Knight again until the movie.
Because now her kid got orphaned in the movie. Because the dad,
they don't talk
like
about
Mr.
it.
Rooks isn't taking care of the kid.
Unless he like had a change of heart. Maybe his first daughter is an illegitimate child too.
Oh my god.
Maybe his ex-wife is a student.
Oh my god, that's from the school. It was one of the girls from the private school. Oh my god. Solving these pieces, putting them together.
Saying, if this episode didn't have to focus much on that stupid Logan storyline, this would be perfect.
I never put that together with the movie and this episode, and them both being written by her.
Because I texted Joe last night after I watched the episode. I'm like, this episode really makes me hate the movie even more because I'm not a fan of the movie. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, because Carrie and Susan are both
recasted.
Are the big parts of this episode, and like, even though they're not really in the movie, their characters play big roles in the overall mystery. Like, Susan Knight's kind of like the catalyst.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been great to get them back for that. But I never put that connection. So that's even cooler. Like, damn. I'm sorry, I'm just having a moment. Like, putting that all together. Like, I love that so much. I wish I had more time to think about that, because now I have to go into something else, because
well, when the movie comes around, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, okay, good. So we can revisit it. So after she visits Susan, she convinces her to tell the story. But I love that this is one of the very, 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 very few moments Veronica ever admits she's wrong.
And she like is gritting her teeth through the entire thing.
Because like she said, most people were supportive of her, and Veronica was like, they weren't. And then she stops herself and says, we weren't. And it was a pretty big moment for her. Like, pilot Veronica wouldn't have done that. She'd been like, yeah, other people were complete assholes. I don't know what that was about. So it was nice to see that we got Veronica kinder, gentler Veronica at this
barely
part of, yeah, as much as she can, and that would be in character for her. And then we get Mr. Rooks being escorted out of the school.
You would
but
think they would have like brought him to do this stuff beforehand.
Or like had
usually
him grab his stuff before school started, or after the end of the day. He really needed his laptop though, and he woke up late. He kind of drank himself to sleep.
But he quit. He wasn't fired, or I mean, that's what.
Oh yeah, he resigned. Mr. Rooks resigned today.
Because I feel like if I was the principal or vice principal of the school, I would not let him back on the property when all these students are on campus.
I'd be like, listen, we're letting you resign.
So... Also, that's such a cop-out. I'm like, well, now he'll just go to the next school and go molest, I don't know, like, what's another chess character? Miss Queen or something. A pawn. He'll go rape a pawn.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the problem with the fucking school. Like, it's gross. And it's like an actual issue. Like, it's, But I really enjoyed the Keith-Veronica wrap-up to all that.
Yeah.
Like, it was a real, like, he didn't rub anything in. He didn't scold her. He knows that she learned her lesson. He knows she's not having the best time right now because she's eating crow, and
But I do like there what does he say? He's like,
Mr. Rooks resigned today.
Honey, if I were in trouble, I'd want you on my side.
Well, that's where I'd be.
Oh, God.
So
and then
sweet.
she tells him, your messages are on the desk.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Because I don't think we said that at the beginning, but when she was just like, you can get your own messages, you asshole. She was so pissed off. So it was just, that moment is a swell to the heart. And then she visits Abel Kuntz and lets him know, like, hey, buddy, you're a patsy and I know you're dying, and
that's great.
I'm going to figure this shit out.
Fucking pissed off. She's like, she doesn't even let him respond. She's just like, guard.
Right, I need to go now. There's nothing you could say, like, sorry.
Mic drop. I wasn't prepared for you the first time, but round 2, Veronica fucking Mars leaves.
Got the last
I get
word
the
this
last
time,
word,
motherfucker.
bitch.
All right, let's shimmy on over to Veronica and Logan and what you hate the most about this episode.
I don't hate this part. I just find it so... It just takes Veronica out of the main storyline, where it just almost feels like...
But see, I don't think, like, the way it... I don't know. I think the way
it just feels like two
in...
separate storylines, and I wish it was...
Yeah.
Because I would have rather them focus either more on the Rook's Carrie storyline or more on the Logan storyline. They just both feel so underdeveloped.
Well, okay, but that's not fair, because you have your episode, the mystery of the week, and then your stuff that's going through other episodes. Like, the Logan stuff didn't just start this episode. It's been a through, and it's going to continue through.
My issue with the last couple episodes is all this Logan stuff just feels like, I don't know, it never feels like, what's the word I'm looking for? It just feels so choppy. It feels very choppy. Like, it doesn't feel like totally connected.
Like between episodes?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know why.
That's a take.
It's because I just feel like Logan just seems to be in like a different mindset each episode. It doesn't feel like a huge follow through. But anyway, whatever. I'm just making excuses. I don't care for Logan. I would have rather than spend more time on Rooks and Carrie. I would have enjoyed more flashbacks of Carrie and Veronica and like
going at it.
All that shit. Like the wig was so anytime they bring the wig out, I'm like, just film a couple more scenes. She's already in the fucking wig. Just do it.
Oh my god. I liked the stuff with her because we got a lot of Weevil out of it.
So that's my one note. Why was fucking Weevil at the cafe? It's it's such a forced way to get him into the storyline, and I do not like it at all.
With him just like bumping
showing
coming
up. Yeah.
Would he not want to go there?
I just feel like that's not his jam.
Okay. I don't know.
Like it's another like convoluted story point where it's like we need to get Weevil in there and have him interact with Veronica so that he knows, not that he doesn't know Lynn's dead, but he just
knows that she's helping Logan with the case.
He didn't need to be in that scene, and he could have still showed up later on. It didn't add anything.
Probably also a like timing issue of how much you could fit into the episode.
I don't. But it added to the episode. He didn't need to, like, it could have just ended with Logan storming off. We didn't need Weevil and Veronica's exchange.
No, what I'm saying is like a really quick. Never mind. It's not even anything.
I know. That always throws me off in this episode. I'm like, is Weevil coming to pick up coffee for the PG-13 game?
Yes. Like they had a late night of hooligan-ness, and they were like TPing some houses, and it got. And
Felix is like, "Can I get the hazelnut like venti hazelnut mocha, please, with light whip?"
See, I feel like Hector is a white chocolate mocha with extra whip type of person. Yeah. And I think that Weevil would be like an Americano. Like he'd be something classic.
Weevil gets like a no room Americano, but like really just wants like a fucking Frappuccino. But as the leader of the PG-13 gang, he can't be drinking like a fucking strawberry Frappuccino with extra whip and like toppings on it.
And oh god, one time Lily brought him that, and that's kind of where like the whole thing started. Yeah, he's like, "Wow, you get me. You understand that like." In my heart of hearts, I want a strawberries and cream frap, and
she's
I appreciate this.
Sure, okay, but really, she just got it for herself,
right? I mean, you're cute, so okay, I guess you can have it.
Whatever, we'll share it, I guess. Whatever, it's fine.
So back to Logan. One of my favorite moments between him and Veronica in this episode is when he wants to go with her. And she's like trying to tell him, like, no, like you're not coming with me or whatever. And he's like, what are you gonna do to stop me?
Listen, I'm going.
You're not.
Dude, what are you gonna stop me with?
Force of will, strength of character, tenacity, karate chop.
I love it. It's cute. And then her whole white trash walk-in when they're at the police station. And the girl walks by and Cliff is trying to
Cliffy.
we get to bring in Cliff again. I love whenever he helps out Veronica. But Logan very much lashes out at that woman. Rightfully so.
I much prefer the Lynn superfan. She was hilarious.
Oh yeah, she was.
Because I've met many of people like her. Like many. Oh fuck! She's just like, it was the van from The Pursuit of Happiness. It looked like it was. Did you know that Lynn and Aaron met on the set? And Logan just turns around and just like this. Nope.
It makes.
She has like the scrapbook of tickets.
Yes.
I said like 100 times.
Hold on,
100?
I can recount for you.
Let me double check.
Wouldn't she have like a tally? I would have like a tally at the end, or like maybe written. Yeah, I don't know.
She just double checking. She gotta just double check.
1, 2, 3. Like I'm not gonna sit here while you count.
Wait, yeah, 100. I know.
But
what is this, Avengers Endgame?
I like that we got a moment of Leo though, and her not asking him a favor during it.
Oh my god, when she's like, I used you, then fell for you.
Yeah.
And Leo's just like,
you fell for
you
me?
did.
Like, oh, it was so cute.
I always forget Leo's in this episode because it's like
it's such a brief
a
moment.
scene.
Yeah.
He's just this angry, like, ooh, get away from me, Veronica.
I'm upset at you. I mean, oh wait, you fell for me? Oh my god. Oh.
It's because I'm a scoundrel.
You know me, Veronica.
Ugh.
Oh, I love it. I love Leo. What was I going to bring? Oh, okay. I guess we can get into. We'll get through this quick. All the Weevil stuff, like the fact that he only overhears. Well, not overhears, but Veronica just mentions that she's helping Logan out on this case, and like, there's a couple ways you can look at why he did this, and anyway, he comes out an amazing person because he is. But like either one, he just feels bad for Logan and, is in some weird way looking out for him, which speaks to how good of a person Weevil is, considering Logan hasn't been the best person ever to Weevil.
No.
Or it's just that he loves Veronica and he wants to help her out any way that he can.
I think that's what it is.
She didn't ask him for help or anything, or at least that we saw. And he oh, I overheard this. Let me go tell Veronica about it. Like, she'll be so happy. Like, it's just, Weevil is such a good person. I love him. I wish we could talk about season 4, but we won't. So I won't go into the rim job stuff because it's going to be
favorite
part
lines.
Of the, yeah. Or the thing right after that. I just want to say, if Diane Ruggiero did not write those exchanges between Veronica and Weevil, I will eat my fucking microphone, because there's no way she did not write that. I don't know. All you have to do is watch fucking Eccles Family Christmas and know that all the best dialogue between them is written by her. Like, it's right there. Oh, the little prick, the little filmmaker kid.
Oh my. Okay, again, when I was watching this, it just felt like a bunch of adults piling up on this child.
He was like 12.
Because he was like a child, and all these like 25, 30-year-olds are just like, "Come on, kid, what you doing?"
He's not gonna say a word, are you, kid?
It threw me out. And it's the same thing from Meet John Smith, where they hire actors that are like the proper age to be around these other teenagers. And he was just like so proud of his video. He's like, some of these two brothers that go to war, and just like, we don't fucking care.
It's shot in full HD. Like, look how good this picture looks. And Veronica's just like, shut the fuck up. No one cares. What are we doing?
But Veronica's reaction and Weevil's reaction are like fantastic.
Dude, that was my like, even like, knowing it's not real, I was like, like that would be jarring to fucking see. Like, oh, here's your mom jumping, and here's video footage of it. Like, oh, like in the pit of my stomach that hurts. Like, poor Logan. Like, this just begins the roller coaster of emotion with him and his mom believing. Oh, it gets worse in the next episode. Oh, I can't wait for that one though. So that's pretty much it, right? For the episode?
Oh, and then it ends on like Lynn's credit cards being used.
Oh yeah. I thought I said that for some reason. I was like looking right at my note on that.
We know who it is. Because is that the next episode?
Yep, special guest star of Rusky Business, Miss Allison Hannigan. Willow Rosenberg, come save me. Oh,
so yeah, so
that's best casting.
So yeah, this is a fine episode. I don't hate this episode. I have no problems with this episode.
For some reason, I thought you didn't like this episode, and I was like, oh god, I can't wait to fight you on this because I love this episode.
I don't love it. I think it's really good.
I see your overall problems with it. Like, I get it.
It's a great idea. I think the Mars versus Mars, the Keith Veronica stuff, just never goes anywhere. They don't. It's almost like this promise they never
doesn't.
deliver on.
I was just gonna say, it just doesn't deliver on the Mars versus Mars. Yeah,
because I mean, see it better in other episodes.
Well, and that you get one thing, and you're just like, I want more. Like, let me get more of them.
Because yeah, I would love Keith working with the
bishops,
like looking more into like Mr. Rook's past, like
maybe meeting up at another location where like Rooks and Carrie or Rooks and Susan like hooked up and they like keep trying to sabotage each other like at the front desk or something. Like I don't know, it would have been
something like, or trying to get into like the private school, like that would have been funny.
Yes, yes.
Veronica in like a Catholic school uniform, like.
I need to write this fan fiction. I need this to happen. I'm sure there is if we could find on there.
It's just, I don't know.
I get it.
Is this your favorite episode? No, this is not your favorite episode. Is this your favorite episode of season 1?
No.
No?
It's one of my most rewatched though, but
okay.
Like it's the guest stars. Like you have Adam Scott and Leighton Meester and
can we just talk about Leighton Meester for a second? Like I know she shows up again in A Trip to the Dentist. Mm-hmm. And I always wonder if they wanted to do more with her.
And they just
and then obviously she got Gossip Girl. She's gonna be like, I'm just gonna go do this, which was I guess better.
You know, when they were both on the CW, it would have been cool to somehow. Wait,
well, no.
Were they?
No.
Together on the CW? Not on the same night, of course, but like.
Wait, no. When did Gossip Girl start? It couldn't have been the year after this.
2007.
Yeah, because Gossip Girl was on.
But Veronica Mars until 2008.
Yeah. Oh, you're. Then what did she? She could have came to season 2. What was she fucking doing?
Shut up.
What was she fucking doing between season 2 and Gossip Girl?
Living her life, Travis. Not everything.
She was on 24 apparently.
Oh well.
Oh, she's on a TV show called The Surface, which clearly never lasted.
She did better on Gossip Girl. Our Queen Blair Waldorf.
Yeah. I would definitely love to do a Gossip Gaze podcast.
Oh my god. But honestly, I would not want to do it past season. Maybe you could probably get me through season 3. I've watched the whole series, but you could probably only get me past season 3 before I want to like murder. Like every episode is just me wanting to murder someone on the cast.
Graduate high school. Pretty much high school.
Season 2 is when they graduate. At the end of season 2.
The first year of college is okay.
Honestly, the only reason I'd want to do season 3 is because of the Thanksgiving episode, because that's like one of the greatest holiday episodes of any TV show ever. But no,
we would just talk about the last season in one episode because I just couldn't.
Oh, it would literally we go episode to episode 1, 2, and 3, and then season 4 would get an episode, season 5 would get an episode. Maybe like the last 2 seasons is one episode because it would literally be me just screaming the entire time. Oh, but oh my god, I loved that show.
The pilot is a fantastic pilot.
No, so Josh Schwartz does amazing first seasons on teen TV shows, and even second seasons. And, you know, third seasons, depending on the one, is pretty good. But the only thing season 4 of The OC was great, too. That's when they had their soft reboot. Damn, never mind. I think it's just Gossip Girl that blew after season 3.
I think Gossip Girl just, again, as I discussed last episode, pandered to the audience and fucked itself over.
In the worst
Serena
way, Chuck was...
and Nate belonged together, and Blair and Dan belonged together. Mm-hmm. And Nate belonged in jail or in a fucking, like, brothel somewhere. Like,
Nate belonged in jail?
Chuck belonged in jail.
Chuck belonged
Sorry.
in jail. Yes, Chuck very much.
Nate and
belonged in jail.
Serena, because they're just these dumb, pretty people, and
He
they deserve to be
sold
together.
Blair for a hotel. Who?
But also,
I could suspend reality for a lot of different things.
Blair and Dan shouldn't end up together, because if Dan's Gossip Girl, Dan doesn't deserve anything.
Dan belongs
spoiler
in jail
alert, if
too
you haven't
with
seen
Chuck.
Gossip Girl.
Dan and Chuck both belong in jail. Haul them
Yeah.
both off. Ugh, poor Nate.
Poor Nate. He deserved...
Better friends.
Yeah.
Poor Serena. Oh, fuck. Poor Serena.
Him and Serena were perfect together.
Imagine
I love them.
marrying the person that just fucked your life over for like 10 years straight. Oof. Oof.
Okay.
Are you ready for
back
some
to our Veronica Mars podcast?
If you'd like to hear more, let us know about our gossip. No. Is that it for the episode? Or not for
I think
but
so. I think
before
so.
segments? Okay, then let's get into
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
fashion advice, where we give no advice but critique everything. I don't know. There were some okay things.
Yeah.
I love that whenever they put Veronica in Argyle, like her little Argyle cardigan. Shut
hated
up with
that
your
statement.
anti-Argyle. You're such a fucking hater.
I did like her purple denim jacket, which I think we've seen before.
Oh, is that purple? It looked maroon.
Like it was like a plummish maroon
But,
color.
okay, yeah.
I like it. It's nice to see her in different colors.
Oh, definitely. And wasn't that
And it was well suited. Like it was like a tight fit on her, so it looked really good.
I liked her gray jacket too at the end and that blue shirt she had underneath it. Like it was a really cool color combo for
I really
her.
like the.
I
she
love
had
that
this,
color
like,
combination though.
Yeah, she had this baseball tee on, like this blue and gray baseball tee.
Oh, that's my favorite of hers. Yeah,
she never wears anything. I've never seen her anything like that.
and that like
it's
that like bump it ponytail she was
Yeah.
kind of wearing like before
Yeah.
bump its were a thing, and it didn't look like she got that clip in bump it.
yeah.
It looked like it was natural. Yeah, but then okay with that baseball shirt, she then goes into wearing this like Fargo jacket, which I also love, but it had that like wool trim that gives the
She
illusion
wore
it was
it-
very warm.
Yeah.
Even though it was a thinner jacket, it just with the like trim on it, it looked super warm.
She also wore that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
It was the cover for it was a cover for something because I had to do those stupid pattern on it and I hated it. I think it was.
It's a good jacket.
It's a good jacket, and I'm glad that Veronica's like the one TV character who reuses outfits.
Finally, a way to prove that she doesn't have a lot of money. She has to reuse her wardrobe.
I liked Carrie's fuzzy pink purple cardigan for some reason. I don't know why. It spoke to me when her and Veronica were sparring.
No, I was actually, when I was rewatching it, I was like, like everything I'm writing down here is for like Veronica in terms of fashion. And then right as I was thinking that Carrie pops up in that cardigan, I was like, I actually like that. Or do I like that because I haven't said anything else about her and I want to like it for that reason?
I hate her hair in this episode. She has this big like wave.
Veronica's?
No, Carrie.
Oh, I was like...
They poof her hair up.
I love it.
It's the same, like in the flashback, it's the same, which also bugged me. I'm like, you could have made her look slightly different.
She's consistent. She has a very consistent hairstyle.
Okay, whatever.
Just because Veronica decided, like, wow, this wig I'm wearing is horrible, let me cut it all off. Like, not everyone else had that. Like, we had a different, we have a different wig department now on Veronica Mars, so
okay,
they don't hate their cast members.
Anyway, Weevil was also wearing this gray sweater with a black vest over it.
Yeah, and then before that, his like non-leather jacket, black jacket, that looked real nice. I was a big fan of that.
I'm glad they're kind of like experimenting with things for him to wear.
Yeah, it's no longer a tank top and a leather jacket, which nothing wrong with that.
Works. He can pull it off,
Like,
but it's like
let's show some
he's
variety in
he's trying to
Weevil.
impress Veronica a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Lily bought this for me before she died. It just came in the mail.
Oh, my heart. Oh, he loved her, but
She
not
did
as
not
much
love
as he loved
him.
Felix. You done with fashion?
Yeah.
Me too. Good.
These are the jokes.
Because we got some quotes to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
So, we're gonna go with the best one right off the bat. The one I know is your favorite, and the one I know is my favorite. And that is...
If you're looking for my trophy, it's backed by Auto Shop.
A lube job? Or can you meddle in stealing hubcaps?
Is this 1970? Rims, baby.
So you got a trophy for a rim job?
He is part of the PG-13 gang. There's lots of rims to go around.
He's had plenty of time to practice, so he is definitely pulling in this job. It's just the greatest. It's the greatest exchange. And then right after that, like literally the next sentence.
Forget it. Look, I got some information for you.
Finally. Deep throat to call my own.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Where he's like, I'm not gonna touch
that.
Oh, what else do you have?
Hey, honey. What have you been up to?
Tell me where to put your Father of the Year trophy, because there's some place I'd like to put it.
Wow.
Yes! That was fucking hilarious. She is so pissed off at him at that moment. Oh my god.
Let's see, what else do I got? When Veronica's confronting Carrie.
I remember when I was in love with him too. Did you ever consider that I just really dislike you? Wow. Does that mean you won't be signing my yearbook?
When Keith is... I'm just doing a background check. I'm not organizing a storm in the town square.
Mr. Rooks is an amazing teacher, one of the few good teachers at Neptune High. And you're just going to join the witch hunt to get him fired?
I'm just running a background check. I'm not organizing a stoning in the town square.
He's like, well, calm down. Like, I'm
like,
not like over here getting ready to shoot him in the throat.
Yeah.
I loved, I guess it's another Weevil one, where after Logan bumps into him, and he's just like,
hey, manners, Opie. What, did he lose a buku shell?
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with
and
this
then
guy?
Veronica
like,
just like, his mom, you dipshit.
Right? He's like, oh, well, okay.
That was like 2
it.
episodes ago, Logan. Calm down. And then one of my favorite Veronica voiceovers is...
Best way to stop wondering if your favorite teacher was trying to lure you between his black silk sheets? Research the mystery condition that's causing your ex-boyfriend and possible half-brother to take oxcarbazepine.
Like, it's the way she says it. Those are my quotes. What do you got?
One of the ones I like that really doesn't paint Veronica in a good way, though.
They never do.
It's when she's forcing Carrie to explain herself on the whole Mr. Rooks thing, and she's like going into detail about he says baby a lot, his sheets are black silk, and she's like,
Yeah, I have that same Sweet Valley High book.
I'm like, damn, like that is so rude. Like, good quote, but like, ooh.
Also, what Sweet Valley High book are you reading where the teacher has sex with the students?
I mean, I have not read much of that at all, but I don't think that was part of their repertoire. Maybe I'm wrong. I could very much...
I'm wrong. It was a very special book.
I think I've only read 2. So, and I know there's
is that the one with the
800.
twins?
The Hardy Boys?
No, wasn't Sweet Valley High there were 2 twin girls?
Oh, I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of The Babysitter something.
I think you're thinking of The Babysitter Club. Because there was a TV show for Sweet Valley High. There was these 2 blonde twins.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of... Okay. I read Goosebumps. I liked horror books.
Horror. Actually, no, those books are fucking frightening. What am I saying?
That and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or not, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Anyway, the whole, when Veronica is asking about or Keith is telling Veronica about the diary, and Veronica's like,
I could write down that I met Kid Rock every weekend at the Hedonism Lodge for sensual massage and smoothies, but that doesn't make it true.
like... They have a lot of good. I wish there was more physical there. They have a lot of back and forth, but they always have a lot of good back and forth whenever they're working on something together. I know I'm missing something because I kind of stupidly put my quotes within the episode notes for some god awful reason 'cause I'm an idiot. So I know I've missed something, but it's just gonna have to be what it is. I got my favorite one in there, and that's all that matters. Oh, Logan. When he's confronting the like white trash walking girl, and he's like,
You couldn't get on Springer this week, so you make lies up about my mom?
Logan?
You know, I am sure the trailer payments must be high. And what with the high price of Spam these days?
Okay, enough.
He's so pissed.
Yeah, he is.
So pissed. But like, honestly, don't fucking trash talk my mom. I will come for you. That's my mama. Yeah, I think that's it. That's good for me. So let's move on to our next segment.
Go Pirates!
In this segment, we talk about our MVP, our most valuable pirate, whoever we thought did best work in the episode, whoever we liked the most, and take it away.
My MVP went to Carrie Bishop.
Same.
Because, yeah.
Who else are you going to give it to in this episode? Yep.
She held her own against Veronica, and she never
Not
backed
many people
down.
can say that either.
No, because Madison usually always ends up falling, but Carrie, because I appreciate Carrie didn't fucking care. She's like, I'm in the right.
This is my best friend. She was wrong, and I'm going to do
at the end
whatever
of
it
the
takes
day,
for her.
I kind of just thinking about this now. Like, Veronica's pretty much doing the same thing for her best friend. Like, and Carrie's just trying to support Susan, and like Veronica just needs to back the fuck down.
Yeah, it was definitely Carrie's episode, and like it's Leighton Meester too. Like, I mean,
you can't give it to Rooks. You can't.
No. I'm glad she learned a lesson in the end.
Oh yeah,
but again, she broke more HIPAA laws, and the whole Carrie thing, really sad. But I'm glad she learned. I wish we would have had a little bit of follow-up with that later on somewhere. So final segment of the day.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
Pirate points are here. Pirate points are our way of grading the episode. We don't like to give out a letter score or numerical score. We figure by the end of the episode you know how we feel about it. So we like to just have a little bit of fun with it. I'm guessing you all understand, but I really enjoyed this episode. So I'm going to give it enough pirate points to get all of your rim job trophies detail polished. And I have so many. I even have a blue ribbon or two. So
wow.
What are you giving it for pirate points?
I give it enough pirate points to have your teacher sock it to you, baby.
And with that, we have reached the end of our episode. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening to us. Rate us if they allow you to. Just give us a little bit of a... Tappa. And let us know how much you've enjoyed us. If you would like to discuss an upcoming episode, have any questions for it that you would like us to discuss for any past, present, future, email us at veronicamarspod@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on Instagram or Twitter, Veronica Mars Pod, across those platforms. If for some reason you want to follow me, I am Ojo on Twitter and Instagram. That is OHJEAUX. Travis, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Travis Truant. That's Travis and then TRU.
You tried to say Veronica Mars.
All right, well, we'll see you all next week. And until then, I hope you are having a better day than Veronica Bluing herself.
Bye.